All right. So today we got a guest on. We have Orioles Express. If you want to go check them out on Instagram, it's Orioles with a capital O, no space, and then a capital E, and then Express. His name is Andy, and it's a pleasure to have him on. So thanks to him for coming on. How you doing today, Andy?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, like I said, thanks for finding the time. It's been a pretty busy offseason for the Orioles. I'm a Sox fan. We haven't really done much, but the Orioles have had a busy offseason. A week or two ago, they signed Pete Alonso to a 5-year, $155 million deal. I'm just learning that they just made another trade. So I don't know. To me, it's always good to see like free agency news that's not about the Red Sox, Yankees, Dodgers, or Cubs. So that's always a plus. But I guess just initial thoughts on the Alonso and how you feeling about the new trade that just happened too, Andy?
Yeah, the Pete Alonso signing was it was a shock to many people. It was a little bit of a shock to me. I was shocked to see them spend that kind of money. But I knew that once they tried to get Schwarber, that didn't work. I knew they would pivot and try to get another power bat, and that ended up being Alonso. I was pretty shocked to see them win a bidding war against the Boston Red Sox. I didn't think that would happen at all. But yeah, he is the glue to this lineup. I mean, this guy adds everything you want. He's got the contact, he's got the power, he's got it all. And he also plays a really good first base as well. So yeah, I'm super happy with the signing. I feel like he's much more of a fit to the lineup, to the team than Schwarber would be, because Schwarber is only a DH. The Orioles need a first baseman, and this guy is that, and he's a good first baseman at that too. Yeah, and then onto the Shane Baz trade. Again, a shocker because the Orioles this time they gave up, I think it was four prospect. It was Michael Ferre, who's a right-handed pitcher, catcher Caden Bodine, outfielder Austin O'Verne, and they gave up, I think, one other guy, Slater DeBrun. And yeah, again, shocker to see them give up those kind of prospects. But great to see overall. I mean, Shane Baz has got a lot of velo. He's a great pitcher, and yeah, this is going to be a trade I think that pays off for the Orioles.
Yeah, and that's good that they just picked up a pitcher too, because that was going to be my next follow-up question, and still, I guess, just a little bit, of a challenge of defending what the Orioles did. I think it's good to go out and get big names, but the Orioles are a team, in 2023, they had that amazing 100-win season. Then they take a little bit more of a step back in 2024. Then obviously 2025 did not go as expected. 15 games under 500 in May. They fire their manager, have a little bit of a better end of the season, but still overall disappointing to where they wanted to be. I guess what I'm just wondering is Pete Alonso is a great player, don't get me wrong. But at this point in his career, he's either at 30 or getting pretty close to 30. He's a first baseman. That alone is not going to lift up the team, and $155 million is a lot of money. So do you think this was the best player that they could have went out, the best superstar, I guess, that they could have went out and got?
Yeah, I mean, I think the age is certainly a big thing. That's why the Mets weren't willing to give him the kind of years that he wanted. I can kind of understand the perspective on that, but it's also like, this is a guy who I think he was top three in RBIs last year. I mean, he's shown that, and City Field isn't the easiest park to drive runs in. I mean, it's not the hardest, but it's not the easiest. And now he's coming to Camden Yards where it's easier to drive in runs. I mean, he can, we've got the right field flag court out there. I can just see him. I can envision it right now. Him just hitting homers over that thing all day. So yeah, I mean the age it's out there, but I think I mean if you're gonna get to where the Dodgers went to, the Blue Jays went to last year, you got to go out there and you got to take risks, right? You got to spend big money. You got to spend resources on guys that are going to get you over the hump. And they've had an issue with even just winning playoff games. I mean, the last time they won a playoff game was in 2014, right? So something's got to give. Either you're going to take the big risks, or other teams are going to do that, and they're going to get over the hump. So it was about time that the Orioles kind of put their big boy pants on and made some tough decisions.
I absolutely agree with the assessment there, the big boy pants thing. Because I think in baseball, like other sports, it depends. But I think in baseball, one superstar means more than like three guys who may or may not pan out. And sometimes I feel like
Yep.
teams focus way too much on that.
Mhm.
So yeah, so you're looking at 2026. You got a new manager, Craig Albarnez. Is that how you say
Yep.
his last name? Okay, just
Hmm.
making sure I didn't butcher that. And then, so you're looking at that. You got a new manager. The Blue Jays look like, they just signed Dylan Cease to a huge deal. They're trying to, replicate their success. You got the Yankees in that division, Red Sox. I guess what's the 2026 outlook you think for the Orioles? Like, how do you think they should try to perform?
Yeah, right now I think that it's much more positive than last year, right? I mean, you got Trevor Rogers who had an amazing 2025, and nobody was expecting that. Kyle Bradish just come back healthy, got to keep him healthy. Now you got Shane Baz, another guy who a lot of velo, keep him healthy. Um, yeah, and now it's just about, where's the bullpen at, where's the lineup at. I think the big thing for the Orioles next year is going to be health. Honestly, I mean, we got Jordan Westberg back healthy, who he was hurt at a lot of different points last year. Um, we had a lot of guys who just they didn't play together a lot last year because of injuries. I mean, I think at one point last year we were the team who had like the most guys on the injured list. So a lot of the 2026 season outlook is health. A lot of it is how do we properly use guys so that we use them enough, but we don't use them too much. And yeah, for first year manager Craig Albanaz, I'll be interested to see how he kind of goes about managing his first ever team. Obviously, he was the associate manager with the Guardians, but he's never been the guy running, the whole ship and all that kind of stuff. So, so yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how he does. I think that he's going to do a great job connecting the players. I already like the coaching changes he's made. I think our hitting coaches are much better. I think our pitching coaches are much better. Um, and so, yeah, I think it's just, use guys where they're best and let's keep guys healthy. Let's do that.
All right, so a couple fun ones before we get going. Who is your most favorite Oriole of all time, if you had to pick one?
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's a lot of good ones. I think Adam Jones that's my guy. I love AJ. He's actually an advisor, I believe, in some capacity for the Orioles right now, which I loved. Um, such a great personality. Played center field masterfully. Had a great bat. I mean, it was just he was the perfect combination of everything that you want to see from a professional athlete. And so yeah, it's just he's the guy for me for the Orioles.
Solid pick. Yeah, I remember some crazy defensive highlights of him. All right, so I want you to rank the AL East team. So obviously Orioles are going to be the top from, if you had to say from most favorite to least favorite. I want to eventually see who you dislike the most in the AL East. But obviously Orioles are number one. How do you rank them after
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I think I'd go Orioles. I'd probably go Blue Jays after that. I thought that their story last year was really cool. I'd probably go Tampa Bay Rays after that. Again, just a solid team, gritty team, really gritty team. I thought they were, really gritty last year. After that, I'd go Red Sox. Don't love them, but they're, I admire how big of fans they are, and Bostonians they're not the worst people in the world. You can tolerate them. And then yeah, last Yankees fans. I mean, come on, like nobody in baseball likes Yankees fans. Only people that like Yankee fans are themselves. So yeah, I think that Yankee fans are. That's one of the reasons why they are last.
That's a great bottom pick. I agree with the Yankees. So, all right, well, I think that's going to do it from here. Thank you very much, Andy, for coming on. Maybe next season, if you guys are killing it, you can come back and rub it in that you're right about everything. But yeah, it was a pleasure for coming on. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for having me.